What a gorgeous morning. What a mop. Kinda need a haircut, don't I? Good morning, all. I'm coming to you from my festive backyard here in Altamont Springs, Florida. It's January, so the grass, of course, is looking a little dead. Plus, the lawn just is kinda dead anyways. Today we are going to be heading down to the Orlando Science Center. I don't know if you've ever been to the Orlando Science Center before, but as far as science centers go, it's beautiful. And I just said the word science center, the phrase science center, a whole lot of times. The Science Center here, though, a little bit different than most of them. I've seen several of them across the USA. I've got a couple kids, so we end up going to a lot of them as we travel. And most of them have a lot of the same things. Usually they've got some way to make a giant bubble. Usually they'll have a trough filled with some sort of dishwashing solution and a rag and a stick, and you lift up the rag and the stick and a bubble comes out of it. And they usually have a coil that you could maneuver a metal ring around, and if you touch the coil to the ring, it buzzes. This one probably has those things too. It's been a while since I was down there, so I don't remember. But this is so much bigger and more grand in scale than any of the other science centers I've seen. It's got a natural history museum feel to it. It's got a zoo almost. It's got a whole bunch of live animals in the bottom section. It's got a section of dinosaurs and the like. It's got a section just devoted to space. It's got an IMAX theater. It's got an enormous tree growing up through the center of it. A fake tree. Much bigger than any real tree would be, unless it's a redwood. Not really sure how big those can be. But it's just absolutely enormous, and the scale is just fantastic. So we're going to take the kids down there and, let them loose and maybe come back in a couple of hours and pick them up. Or we'll stay there with them and learn a few things too. Why don't you come with me and let's do a little Splorin. Now when you first get here, you park across the street. There's a nice big parking garage, as you can see. Looks like any other parking garage. And it's got this little sky bridge that goes across, which is actually the only way to safely cross any roads in Orlando. Now, my favorite thing to do at the Orlando Science Center is to spend 2 or 3 hours at a time just sprinting back and forth down this sky bridge. And their favorite thing to do is to throw me out. There you go, the safest you'll ever see Orlando roads. Gorgeous building. I actually should have gotten some footage before we got here so you could see just how immense and how modern this building is. Absolutely gorgeous, and so are the grounds. Well, it looks like it's time for Shahir's 5th birthday. Let's go surprise him. Look at this tree. And up next we have the Wizard of Oz exhibit, which apparently Kate is not a fan of. And back in she goes. What can I say? She's fickle. Interesting. There's a lot of Judy Garland in here. This over here is actually pretty cool. Now that's a little creepy. There's a lot of Judy Garland in here too.
Alright, come over here. Let's try this. Come here, Maggie.
Oh yeah, you can't fool me that easily.
We did it.
Also creepy. Drunk tree. That's my opportunity to finally have a scarecrow hat. Huh, surprise ending. It's a little anticlimactic. It tells you your speed, I think. Is that what I'm seeing here? Yes, it does. How about that? It's kind of funny. You can tell what kind of geek I am and that I'm a true Clevelander. I'm not thinking of The Wizard of Oz while I'm in here. I'm thinking of the last 40 minutes of The Christmas Story. Oh, this is interesting. So happy right now. What are you doing, Kate? Oh, it's a trippy house.
Oh, it's crooked. Oh, there's the tornado. Woo.
Now she's on a mission. I just don't know what the mission is. But hey, check out that tornado. Yeesh. Well, that's really the question is, do you need to go potty? Historically, this has been my boy's favorite area of the entire Science Center. No idea where he comes back out. It's been a while. The old memory isn't quite what it used to be. Oh. He comes out there, apparently. Geez, he's hardly even trying. And there's Epcot. It's about what the attendance has been like around that area lately, too. I don't know. I just get the impression his heart's not in it. This piece right here is both one of the coolest and one of the creepiest pieces in the entire place. Believe it or not, this entire thing get a good look at it. As well as this are entirely made out of cake. Technically edible, wouldn't suggest it, but absolutely amazing. Yeah, that looks a little sketchy. I'm sure it's not. but it looks a little sketchy. I think maybe we'll take the stairs. This is actually how oranges are picked in Orlando. This is my favorite part of the entire place. Take a look at this. Which wasn't supposed to sound quite as much like Justin Scarred as it just came out sounding. But still, look at this. This is pretty cool. I mean, where else in Florida are you going to see alligators and turtles? Other than everywhere. Ooh. Okay, that one's seen better days. This whole area is actually decked out pretty cool, although there's a lot of dead animals that are kind of disturbing. Oh, this is kind of cool. Kind of wondering what was over here.
Where do you want to go? All right, we'll go up.
Go for it. And there we go. That was worth 45 seconds of your life, right? They're obviously big fans of the Triceratops. Welcome to Jurassic Ridge. So, remember when I said that most of the science centers have one area where they've got a whole lot of the same stuff? This seems to be that area. I know you can go down to Wonderworks and see the earthquake or the wind tunnel or this steaming thing over here. Or you can blow paper out of a tube. This is obviously pretty well kept up stuff and taken to a different extreme. In fact, I think I will now ride the earthquake.
It's so shaky.
It's kind of a lot like the other earthquake that I did at Wonderworks. Yep, that is the power of 2,000 flushes.
Oh no.
This one teaches a very important lesson. Disappointment.
It's not really flying. Listen.
Here we are reenacting when the giant squids first came to Earth. Wait a minute, that was just the Earth. What's going on here? I think that's about going to do it for us, so if you can, do me a favor, reach down below there, hit the subscribe button. When you tap it, confetti will fall out of the ceiling, balloons will fly up. It'll be so worth it. And we'll see you next time for some Splorin.